Have you heard of these 9 hormonal misconceptions? I'm going to share with you these 9 hormonal misconceptions because they're some of the biggest roadblocks my patients have seen and what we've overcome with hormone balancing solutions. Number 1, this is just an issue at a certain age and it will just go away on its own. So hormones are not just at a certain age. We're always going to have to deal with our hormones. It's not just getting to menopause or getting to what they call andropause. We're always going to be addressing our hormones. Number 2, my symptoms will just go away on their own. We don't just have to just grin and bear it. We don't just have to learn to live on less sleep. We don't have to just learn to live with our bodies with this extra weight in the midsection. We don't just have to get through this phase, and it doesn't just go away on its own. Just getting through can also mean major health implications, your cholesterol to heart disease, stroke. We don't just want to learn to deal with symptoms and ignore the underlying benefit of hormone replacement therapy that's been proven time and time again. We're never just getting through, and we're not just taking care of it on our own, and we don't have to take that responsibility of just dealing with the symptoms on our own or through some natural remedies. This is something that needs to be addressed with a medical professional. It's a tailored approach to you, and it will actually improve with tailored approach medication for the rest of your life. Number 3, why am I gaining weight even if I skip meals? There's more research suggesting that the way women need to actually diet and exercise as we go through menopause is changing, and they're finding that not just hormone replacement therapy is needed, but a tailored approach to nutrition and their exercise. And in our practice, we have a combination of both. We have a registered dietitian and me to think about hormones and also how our nutrition and exercise factors into hormone replacement therapy. Even if you skip meals, you're actually putting yourself into like a cortisol imbalance. You could be. You could already be in a cortisol imbalance, so you're adding to your cortisol imbalance by skipping meals and driving up in insulin where there's already a place where your insulin's not working correctly. So it leads to sort of that midsection weight gain and problems losing weight. And then obviously, even if you're not hungry and you're skipping meals, we're trying to approach the fact that you should be actually thinking and planning ahead to avoid these longer times without eating. Yeah, just eating less is not necessarily the right solution. If your hormones are out of balance, if your thyroid's not working, if your insulin is not working correctly, if you're in menopause, you can try all of these things, but you may need, and in my practice, I almost guarantee you'll need some form of hormone replacement therapy. Number 4, hormones only do one thing. I talk about it in all my videos. Hormones are not just one thing. They encompass your entire body. There's more than just one hormone or 2 hormones, and they discuss with each other in your body, so it's important to balance more than just one hormone or talk about just one hormone. Hormone replacement or hormone balancing is full body health. It's not just replacing one thing, it's looking at your entire body and how your body functions with your hormones. Number 5, it's just me, my family doesn't feel this way. Never compare yourself to others. Each body is unique. If your sister, your mother didn't have hormonal imbalance symptoms, they probably had others that they didn't address publicly, or they didn't know that they were their hormones. So remember, it's not one size fits all. It's not everybody feels the exact same way, but you can be heard by talking about your hormones. Yeah, sometimes we look at the past and we look at our parents and they didn't have access to the blood work or the hormones. They probably didn't address it with their doctors. We have so many resources and so many better ways to deal with hormone replacement therapy now. Number 6, I've tried so many things and none of it worked. There's not one size fits all. Everyone needs a tailored approach. That even being said, blood work can be uniform, we look at the same thing, but how we interpret the blood work is an individualized approach. Number 7, hormone imbalances are often overlooked by other medical doctors and often go untreated. Most doctors look at blood work and they don't go into too much detail. They don't necessarily go into the thyroid or the estrogen and the testosterone as I do, and therefore they're often overlooking, and then they won't treat the imbalances in the patients, even if the symptoms are there. And you can continue to go to the doctor with different symptoms, and the doctor will treat necessarily the symptoms based on what they think it is, rather than actually going to the source, which is the hormone imbalance. Frustration ensues because you're not feeling better, but you could be taking more medications or being told just to live with it, and therefore you think that going to the doctor every time will feel the same way, because this is what you've been told, and this is all the testing that has been done, and there's an oversight. Number 8, just not talking about hormones because you just don't know about hormones. If you haven't thought about hormones or just were told that you didn't need to think about them, you just might not know, or even they might not even come into your mind as a reason why you could be feeling this way. Most people don't realize the magnitude and the importance of hormones from head to toe. They don't realize that the entire body and some of the symptoms they're feeling are driven from hormones. In fact, most likely are driven from a hormone imbalance. Number 9, I'm just at that age, there's nothing I can do. Your hormones are part of you and they age with you, and therefore at any age there's something to be done for looking at your hormones in a more tailored approach and treating symptoms with hormone replacement therapy. In my practice, we deal with patients of all ages, adult patients, and we don't have to think that we're too old to have a solution for our hormone replacement therapy. After reviewing these 9 things, I'm sure that you felt like you were in this group of people and if you felt frustrated and you didn't know where to turn, now you have some more resources, and I'm hoping you'll call us, 702-228-0491.